Hi, my name is Jo. Thank you so much for visiting my page. Don't write December off. Now, I know that the fact that you're here watching this video means that you are seriously considering about coming on plan, and maybe you've got to the point where you just don't want to wait until January. I know what it feels like when you are at the point where you want to lose weight. You just want to get starting, because sometimes we are worried, aren't we, that if we don't do it right now, we will then talk ourselves out of it, or we will make some kind of excuse or reason, like Christmas, not to do it. And although Christmas might feel like it's a really big excuse not to jump on plan, actually it's possibly the best gift you could give yourself, especially when you are really at the point where you're just not liking how you feel. You just don't want to wait for January and New Year, New Me. You just want to get on with it. And whilst you might think, oh, there's so many things coming up over the next month that you'll think there's no point, that's exactly the reason to do it, is because there is a point. This is about you. This is about your happiness. This is about how you're feeling. This is about you wanting to join in on the festive celebrations. This is about you making memories and creating, you know, those really fun family experiences. And I know that often when we are feeling really low in ourselves and that we're really quite paranoid, down, depressed about our weight, we withdraw anyway. You know, we're not involving, we're not participating, because we're just not feeling in a great place. So it's kind of like, well, if you're not feeling in a great place and you're dreading those events and situations coming up, do something about it. Give yourself a really great boost. Get yourself on plan. Get yourself liking yourself again. There are loads of ways that you can navigate around being on plan whilst during the month of December, because there are so many different steps and each step could work for you. And it depends kind of like, you know, what you want to achieve, what's your goal. And each step has a slightly different role. And even if you do start on the lower steps, which is just products, you know, on the few days leading up to Christmas, we can step you up so you've got that more integration and flexibility of food. What I don't want you to think is, oh, there's no point. And I use this really great kind of like example of, if you take a week, an average week, 7 days, and each day roughly 4 meals a day. That's 4 meals over 7 days, which is 28 meals. So then if you look at your diary and think, right, okay, well, I've got this girls' night out and I've got my work's Christmas party, that's 2 meals. That's 2 meals out of those 28 where, yeah, you're not going to be 100% on plan. But look at, rather than what you can't do, rather than focusing on those 2 meals that are possibly going to take you slightly away from being on plan, look at those 26 other meals that you can 100% control. There is no reason or excuse for you to not be 100% on plan. And it's those meals that are the important ones, not the ones that you can't control, not the ones that you're going to be going out for, but the ones that you can do. And there are plenty more meals that you can control than you can't. And even if, you know what, even if Christmas Day, and I always love having this conversation like on Boxing Day or that week after Christmas, you know, when we're talking, catching up with slimmers, it's like, how was your Christmas day? Like, yeah, it was really great. And they say, oh God, you know what, it's really funny. I really noticed the change in the smart choices that I was making. Last year, I would have had, you know, 8 roast potatoes. I would have gone up for second helpings, plus like the pigs in blankets and just really overflowing gravy and all of that stuff. And this year I actually made really sensible choices, and I had like 2 roast potatoes and I had a couple of pigs in blankets, and actually I opted for a Bartha pudding because I felt like that's what I wanted. And the difference, and you know what, it's really empowering. It's so empowering to know, you know what, I didn't enjoy Christmas any less. I still had lots of fun around the table. I still like with my family and friends, making memories and joining in. And I felt really good. And I woke up the following day and I didn't get that guilty, indulgent, bloated feeling where I was like really annoyed with myself. I woke up feeling really good because I had energy. Yes, I joined in on the fun, but I knew exactly that I needed to rein it in and I didn't need to overindulge. That's the kind of feeling that will really help motivate you and inspire you to think, you know what, I've got this. I'm not going to let Christmas and all the food and alcohol control me. I'm going to control it, and I'm going to do it in a way where I get to join in, but I also do it in a way that is more kind of like, you know, less indulgent. And there are things that I could possibly do at home. There are plenty of recipes. My gosh, there are so many recipes that you could make to feel like you're joining in on the festive fun, but just with the kind of nicer calories, or kinder calories, so they're not so indulgent. And there are so many recipes to help support you that. I'm here. There are lots of things that we can do to plan out your journey, but don't think December is a write-off. Honestly, you'll be surprised by what you can achieve in December. So give yourself that gift that you deserve, that you really truly want, because you know that when it comes to January and you wake up, you're already going to be slightly ahead of the game, which is no bad thing at all. So if you want a free consultation to find out how the plan could work for you throughout the month of December, then please do drop me a message.